Hi gamers! Today we're taking a look at some of the GeForce RTX 5070 Ti graphics cards we've tested so far. Based on our benchmarks, these are among the best 5070 Ti models currently available. While there are a few cards we haven't tested yet, some of them are still worth recommending based on their performance, reputation, or user preference. Let's start with MSI's GeForce RTX 5070 Ti Gaming Trio OC+. There are actually 4 variants of this card: the Gaming Trio OC, Gaming Trio Plus, and Gaming Trio OC Plus. What's the difference? Just the boost clock speeds, and the differences are minor and mostly negligible. Go with whichever variant is cheaper at the time. This model is one of the best RTX 5070 Ti cards I've tested so far. While its performance is nearly identical to other 5070 Ti cards I've reviewed, it lags by only a couple of frames per second, well within the margin of error and effectively on par overall. What I like about this card is that it isn't too bulky or thick. It measures around 13 inches long, 5.5 inches wide, and just under 2 inches thick, slightly thicker than a typical 2-slot graphics card. It features an all-black design with minimal, subdued RGB lighting. A white variant is also available, which is great for all-white builds. The card includes a dual BIOS switch, allowing you to toggle between silent and gaming modes. Honestly, you can just leave it in gaming mode. It stays quiet even with the more aggressive fan curve. If you're looking for a more aggressive design with bolder RGB lighting and a more premium feel, MSI offers the 5070 Ti Vanguard SOC model. MSI doesn't have a Supreme model for the 5070 Ti GPU. The Vanguard is MSI's latest high-end design, which the company says is similar in quality to the Supreme series, but with a more gamer-oriented aesthetic. Surprisingly, both the Gaming Trio OC Plus and Vanguard SOC are priced similarly based on MSI's MSRP. So the choice ultimately comes down to your preferred design and overall style. Next up is the ZOTAC Gaming RTX 5070 Ti Amp Extreme Infinity. Currently the fastest RTX 5070 Ti card we've tested. It's also overclocking friendly. You can increase its power limit to around 115% or 120% if I remember correctly, using the Afterburner power limit slider. That said, running it at stock speeds or even with a slight undervolt might be the more practical choice. ZOTAC offers only 2 models for the RTX 5070 Ti, the Amp Extreme Infinity and the Solid. The Amp Extreme Infinity is the more premium of the two. I really like the aesthetics of this card. It might be ZOTAC's best design yet. It's clearly designed to be mounted horizontally. Just look at the intricate patterns on its backplate and the eye-catching infinity mirror on the rear side. It's quite a large and bulky graphics card. It measures around 13 inches in length, 5.4 inches in width, and approximately 2.7 inches thick. Definitely a chunky GPU. As an alternative, ZOTAC also offers the Gaming RTX 5070 Ti Solid OC. This model features a simpler, more straightforward, industrial-looking design. Only the ZOTAC logo is RGB lit, while the line pattern across the shroud serves as its defining visual feature. It's more affordable than the Amp Extreme Infinity and, as far as I know, performs similarly to the premium model. The main difference is in the design. The aesthetics are more subdued, but it delivers comparable performance at a lower price. For our Asia-Pacific viewers, or anyone looking for a white graphics card to match a white-themed build, Colorful offers the iGame RTX 5070 Ti Ultra W OC. To be honest, I was pleasantly surprised by how well this card performed. It features an all-white color scheme accented with pink graffiti-style elements, which the company describes as hip-hop inspired. The card measures 13 inches in length, 5.5 inches in width, and around 2.4 inches in thickness. This card features a 1-key overclock button, which also functions as its dual BIOS switch. When set to turbo mode, the card's boost clock increases from 2,452 MHz to 2,497 MHz. Of course, actual boost speeds can go even higher during gaming. Enabling turbo mode also raises the power limit to 110%, which is useful for those looking to overclock. That said, I'd personally stick to stock speeds for better stability. The only drawback I see with this card is its aesthetics. The hip-hop inspired design and pink graffiti accents might not be to everyone's taste. Also, while the backplate is metal, the front cooler shroud feels somewhat plasticky. Still, if the design appeals to you, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this card. One card I wasn't able to test, but still feel confident recommending, is the ASUS ROG Strix RTX 5070 Ti. The Strix line has long been a favorite among gamers for its premium design and aesthetics, and that holds true for this model as well. That said, it's worth noting that ASUS has repositioned the Strix series from its former flagship status to more of a semi-premium tier. The new Astral series now sits at the top of ASUS's GPU lineup. The Strix RTX 5070 Ti measures about 13 inches in length, nearly 6 inches in width, and around 2.5 inches in thickness. Compared to other cards, this one definitely has some girth. Unlike the Astral series, which features a 4-fan setup, the Strix uses the traditional triple-fan design. It's equipped with ASUS's max contact cooling solution, including a vapor chamber and 3 axial tech fans. It also uses a phase change thermal pad on the GPU to enhance heat transfer, resulting in excellent thermal performance. The only real downside is the price. You'll be paying a premium for the brand name and design. If you're looking for a more affordable option from ASUS, the Tough Gaming RTX 5070 Ti is a solid choice. Its design leans toward a more industrial aesthetic rather than the typical gamer-focused look. While it may not be as visually striking as the Strix, its performance is on par. The Tough RTX 5070 Ti is also cheaper, particularly the non-OC variant. In a 12-game benchmark, all 3 cards perform nearly identically out of the box. Whether it's an OC or non-OC model, or if their boost clock speeds vary slightly, the differences in performance are negligible. NVIDIA designs and manufactures the GPU itself, and they ultimately control its performance. So, regardless of how many VRMs are used or how well a company designs the PCB and circuitry, performance across cards will generally be the same. At best, just a few extra frames. What brands like ASUS, MSI, ZOTAC, and others can improve is the cooling solution and overall design. A more efficient cooler helps keep temperatures down, allowing the GPU to boost higher and sustain those speeds longer, which can result in slightly better frame rates. That said, the ZOTAC 5070 Ti Amp Extreme Infinity did boost slightly higher than the others during testing. Maximum clock speeds were generally similar across the board, except for the MSI Gaming Trio OC+. It was the most conservative in terms of boost behavior, yet still managed to deliver performance on par with the rest. As shown in this slide, the MSI RTX 5070 Ti consumes slightly less power than the other graphics cards. This may explain why its clock speeds and average frame rates were also slightly lower. When it comes to temperatures, I was surprised to see that the iGame 5070 Ti Ultra W had the lowest operating temperature despite drawing slightly more power. Is their cooling solution really that good? Based on my testing, it certainly seems so. The results speak for themselves. As for noise levels, I didn't have access to a sound meter for precise measurements. However, during testing, I kept the chassis side panel open to better observe any audible fan noise. Thankfully, none of the cards exhibited noticeable coil whine, and all ran relatively quiet. The iGame 5070 Ti's fan was slightly audible under full load, but overall, it remained quiet. ZOTAC and MSI's cooling solutions in particular were very impressive. Their fans stayed virtually silent, even under full load, which is a testament to the quality of their thermal design. And there you have it. These are the best RTX 5070 Ti graphics cards we've tested so far, along with a few other models we can confidently recommend based on brand reputation. If you're still undecided and looking for the best price-to-performance ratio, the more affordable option is usually the smarter choice. Just keep in mind that some budget models may cut corners, often in materials or cooling design, to keep costs down. That said, not all budget cards are bad. Some may feel plasticky or have a less striking appearance, but they still deliver solid performance, on par with other cards. Once again, it's NVIDIA, not the AIC partners, that ultimately controls GPU performance. Still, many buyers will base their decision on design and aesthetics, which are entirely subjective. Go with the card that best suits your taste or complements your build. Just keep in mind you might be paying a bit extra for the looks. That's it for today. Which graphics card would you pick? Or which brand do you prefer? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more GPU reviews and comparisons. Stay tuned.